Tonight, President Trump is expressing full support for his chief of staff after a bombshell article published in Vanity Fair. Susie Wiles says the president has what she calls an alcoholic's personality and comments that the president's attorney general whiffed on the handling of the Epstein files. The president's press secretary calls it disingenuous reporting and out of context. Senior White House correspondent Jacqui Heinrich is on the North Lawn tonight with this story. Good evening, Jacqui.
Good evening, Brett. The challenge for the White House is many of Susie Wiles' reported comments undercut the administration's official position on issues from Venezuela to Epstein to political retribution. And although officials today pushed back on the framing, they have not produced any specific counterpoints showing that the writers got it wrong.
If any of us have learned a lesson from that Vanity Fair article, I hope that the lesson is we should be giving fewer interviews to mainstream media outlets.
President Trump's inner circle defending his chief of staff, Susie Wiles, after a series of interviews produced what she called a disingenuously framed hit piece, saying in a statement on X, "I assume after reading it that this was done to paint an overwhelmingly chaotic and negative narrative about the president and our team."
Many people in this building spoke with that reporter, and those comments were never included in the story, probably because it didn't push this false narrative of chaos and confusion that the reporter was clearly trying to push.
The article includes Wiles speaking candidly about the administration's mistakes, like Elon Musk chaotically gutting USAID, suggesting a link between his alleged use of the drug ketamine. Wiles also said Pam Bondi, quote, completely whiffed in her early handling of the Epstein files and appeared to contradict the president's claims that he has never been on Epstein's plane. On Venezuela, Wiles' reported comments also undercut the administration's stated motive, interdicting drugs, saying Trump, quote, wants to keep on blowing boats up until Maduro cries uncle. Cabinet members who Wiles appeared to be slighting in the piece coming to her defense. Bondi posting, "We are family. We are united." Vice President J.D. Vance, who Wiles reportedly described as a conspiracy theorist, also downplaying alarm.
Sometimes I am a conspiracy theorist, but I only believe in the conspiracy theories that are true.
President Trump told the New York Post he agrees with Wiles' statement that he has an alcoholic's personality, saying, "I've said that many times about myself. I'm fortunate I'm not a drinker." But the interviews briefly derailed the administration's plans to focus exclusively on economic messaging.
Unfortunately, I have to ask a bit of an off-topic question from affordability because news events do intervene.
And Susie Wiles, we have our disagreements. We agree on much more than we disagree, but I've never seen her be disloyal to the President of the United States.
One piece of news that was buried in the article's drama came from Secretary of State Marco Rubio. He said if Vice President Vance decides to run in 2028, he will be the Republican nominee and Rubio will be his supporter. Brett.
Jacqui, today the president further restricted entry of foreign nationals into the U.S. What do we know about that?
Yeah, the president's proclamation expands the administration's existing 12-country travel ban to 5 new countries and also to people with documents from the Palestinian Authority. It also adds partial restrictions to 15 countries, most of them in Africa. The White House cited widespread corruption, fraud, and unreliable documentation and records from those countries as the cause. And it comes after the administration pledged to crack down following the shooting of 2 National Guard soldiers by the White House by an Afghan national. Brett.
Jacqui Heinrich, live on the North Lawn. Jacqui, thanks.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.